Michael Beale, or Mick Beale, the guy is now managing Rangers since leaving QPR back in November. And I've had many requests over the last few weeks to rebuild this guy's tactics. And what a better time to rebuild them when he's just beat Celtic 3-0. What's going on there, guys? Kempy here, and welcome back to Sort It Out SI, and welcome back to a video from myself. And you can see the celebrations have got underway behind me. We are now on 1,000 subscribers, and I am so thankful to Sort It Out SI firstly for all their support and for your guys' support as well. Anyone that's come over from this channel and sub to mine, you're absolute legends. And obviously you get 2 extra tactics and 2 extra rebuilds a week as well. So feel free to come over there and show even more love. But thank you so much for the opportunity. And thank you for watching this video. Today is Michael Beale and his rebuild of his 4-3-3 that he has been recently implementing at Rangers. And we got him here in game. He's a very good manager. I've been to quite a few QPR games. They're one of my best mates. He supports QPR. And we've been to quite a few QPR games where Mick Beale was there. And there's a bit of a change since he's gone, because he was a fantastic manager, and we're going to be doing a sim with Mick Beale as well. Obviously QPR scraping relegation this year, but we've done our first season sim with Rangers. This is the season from in real life, and we've got 102 points, 33 wins, 3 draws and 2 losses. We dominated, we smashed through Celtic. We have got a rebuild coming out where we're going to be trying to keep all the young players that Rangers have got come through the academy in the first team, and see if we can continue trying to break this trend of Celtic dominance. I mean, Scottish football is quite something when it comes to Celtic being dominant, and on this game as well, Celtic have outrageous amounts of money. Well, that is all to come on Thursday's video, so make sure you stick around for that one. This video is about the tactic itself, and in the Scottish League, we managed to get 2.47 goals per game, conceding just 0.58, which is quite nice as well. And if we go in depth into the stats, we scored the most goals, scoring 94, 3 ahead of Celtic, and we conceded the less as well by a grand total of 9, which is quite a big margin. If you score the most, you concede the least, you should be winning the league. And that's exactly what we did. Possession wise, we come in third, 56% of the ball. We didn't have too much of the ball. You'd have to bear with me, because I've done this sim quite a few weeks ago, building this tactic for Mick Beale. So the stats are all brand new to me as well, so it's all great fun. But I do remember having this tactic, and I sent it over to a Rangers fan as well, when he was dropping me DMs on Twitter, and I thought, you know what, I'll give you the tactic early, because it is a different style of, well, it is a 4-3-3, and when you go onto Google and you search in Rangers, it's a 4-2-3-1, but I subscribe to the TFA, the Total Football Analysis, and if you do also do that, you know their analysis of football is fantastic. And I've read through every single Mick Beale Rangers thing they had on the website, and it all starts off as a base. It might look like 4-2-3-1, but as you actually watch the game and as you go into the gameplay, it sits as a 4-3-3, and Tillman gets in behind the striker, which is why it might look like a 4-2-3-1, but he actually sits down in a deeper position. He's going to centre mid on attack, so he's still going to get up, he's still going to get lots of goals, which, I mean, he certainly did in terms of the goals. We've got a Trek Batista in front again, which I would explain, but he got 38 goals as a striker. Ryan Kent gets 20. Tillman from that centre mid role, 16 goals, 5 assists. Todd Cantwell from that right hand side, 12 goals, 19 assists. And Tavernier, obviously a very attacking, very good right back, 9 goals and 16 assists. We had to make sure we got the right players scoring goals, so it's been quite a while to find the right system. But I'll go through the formation and we'll slow things down as we get to positions of interest. So a sweeper, keeper and supporting goal with no further instructions. Then wing back on attack on the right, one of the most important positions for Mick Beale's side. At QPR, this was Ethan Laird. At Rangers, this is James Tavernier. A fantastic right back, both of them are. We've got one shoot more often, stay wider and close it down more, because he attacks like an absolute madman. The 2 ball-playing defenders are both on stay wider, both on defend. A wing-back on support on the left-hand side with stay wider and tackle harder. A DLP on defend in the DM position with tackle harder. Now again, the TFA said actually this could be a half-back position, and you guys know how much I love a half-back, but we've gone for DLP on defend in this DM role. The half-back, I think, dropped too far when I was watching the games through, because I do, obviously, holiday sim, but I do watch certain games to make sure, you know, the tactic is working how I want it to work. And obviously with the half-back dropping into that centre-back role, and the wing back on attack and the wing back on support, there wasn't enough options in these areas, because obviously Tillman's getting right up there. You've then pretty much just got a box midfielder who might be an option. Again, could be quite high up. So we did keep him as a DLP so he can sit in this hole and retrieve the ball better. A box-to-box midfielder on support, tackle harder. A centre mid on attack, cross less often, roam from position and tackle harder. That's the best way I could get Tillman as a centre mid on attack, doing absolute wonders. I done a tactic just on the weekend based off PSV, and we got very similar results from a centre mid on attack from Gus Teal. So Malik Tillman, a fantastic young player in real life, and hopefully is going to stick around at Rangers. I believe it's just £5 million as well. So hopefully Tillman can stick around. We've got an inside forward and attack off the left, roam from position, sit narrower and tackle harder. We've got an inverted winger on attack on the right, roam from position, sit narrower, and a Trequartista up front on attack with pass it shorter. The reason we've gone with Trequartista, which sort of, you know, it's a little bit of a position you might not expect to see as a striker role on his own, with only a centre mid on attack behind him, because the Trequartista does drop in to the cam and centre mid roles. And I was doing a lot of research, like I said, on Rangers and how Mick Beale plays. And the Trequartista, well, the striker drops in to sort of a hole in here, and the passes into him are quite long. You know, from the fullbacks, from the centre backs, they often look to find the striker, which is why I've got slightly more direct passing on. They'll look to go into the striker, and then he will feed it off to the side forwards, inverted wingers, and Tillman, etc. So hence why the striker has got passes shorter on, because we don't want him doing the big passes. We're able to find it into him so he can lay it off and then dart into the box. Because I mean, they've got Alfredo Morelos in real life, who's a fantastic striker, you know, he is more of a fox in the box, but it certainly works. And I mean, he scored 38 goals in this season for Rangers, which we'll go through in a sec. But similar to the advanced playmaker, he aims to drop into the holes between the midfield and defence. The Trequartista does far less defensively, and so they drifts around looking for space when the team is not in possession, which is exactly what I want from the striker. As such, the rest of the team needs to carry on defending, but this is a main use of outlet of attacking. So that's exactly why we have gone with a Trequartista. And I was surprised at how good the results were. Like I said, 38 goals this season, a 7.22 average rating. And tactics-wise, we are looking at a positive mentality. That's slightly more direct passing, a mid-tempo, fairly narrow attacking width, pass it into space, overlapping left and right, passing it out of defence, low crosses, being more expressive, take short kicks, distribute to the centre-backs, distribute quickly, counter press, a high defensive line, a mid-block, and trapping inside as well, which Rangers do seem to do. They like to box out this midfield and then sort of go from there. There's a game that I do want to show you as well. It is a 4-0 victory against Kilmarnock. Let's get right into that one. So I normally show these in 2D so you guys get a better understanding of how the formation works in game. You can see straight away the back four. You've got a nice attacking wing back. You've got the deep line playmaker in here. You've got Tillman, who is already right on the back line pretty much. You've got the box-to-box fielder Lundstrom in a position where the ball could come into him. You've got the inverted wingers. The Trequartista isn't, you know, trying to get forward. He's sitting in that hole. And we're going to just see how this play does end up. It ends up to Lundstrom. He does a great ball over the top to Tillman. Good touch. Hits the crossbar. And Morelos is in the box, ready to score like a fox in the box. And that's exactly what I was trying to get ahead. The Morelos will still do what Morelos does. And, you know, a striker you sign will look to still be in that box, the Trequartista. Just, you got to make sure. Well, you'll see when you play the games, they do definitely get forward as well as being that playmaker. You've got Davies, Bajner Barisic, again going to go over long ball over the top to Morelos, who gets in behind. And that's an outrageous strike from Morelos to make it 2-0 in just 15 minutes, and 26 minutes in, we're back on the ball again. It's Lundstrom, it's Goldson, a long ball over the top. Morelos gets to the end of it, and an outrageous strike from Morelos hat-trick in 27 minutes. But there's going to be one goal as well, 28 minutes, just a minute later, the fourth goal of the game. It's Tavernier running on this right-hand side. Great ball over the top to Malik Tillman. Outrageous chip over the goalkeeper, and 4-0 against Kilmarnock. And you can see exactly the way I wanted the team to play. Nice and fast, long balls over the top, getting the players in the areas, and just, you know, being clinical as well. We did very well this season at exactly that, and the assists and the goals come from many different areas, which I was very, very happy with. And I think this is actually a really good recreation of Mick Beale's actual tactics. I have got a couple of other sims as well I want to show you with QPR and also PSG. We managed to plug in Mick Beale's tactics then to PSG, and I managed to get 100 points with this system, which is very, very good to see. And he also won everything. He got 100 points, 2 losses, 4 draws, 32 wins, won the Champions League against Real Madrid in the final, won the Coupe de France, won the trophy, the Champs. And again, the goals very nicely spread out. We've got 42 from Mbappe, 32 from Messi, 30 from Neymar, 27 from Fabian, 12 from Renato Sanchez. You've got 13 assists there from Carlos Soler. You've got 25 assists from Messi. You've got 14 assists from Hakimi. So assists and goals coming from all over the place. Data Hub, 3 goals a game, conceding 0.58. But we won all of the trophies. And if you look in depth at the stats as well, we scored the most goals. We conceded the least goals. And possession-wise, we were only down at 53% because of that slightly more long ball approach exactly why that happened. And with QPR, I believe we managed to get just outside the playoffs. We did, which is pretty much, I think, where he'd have taken them in real life. I mean, as he left, they just lost 6 games in a row, but they were still like 5th in the league. And yeah, the downfall of QPR is a little bit of a heartbreaking one, but considering finished 19th in real life, 8th place, a very good season. I mean, Lyndon Dykes also really does not suit the role we had set up for him. I mean, I don't know where Lyndon Dykes is. He scored 2 goals and got 10 off the bench all season. So he didn't play many games, and I'm not too angry at that as I go to watch QPR. But that has been the Mick Beale tactics. If you guys have enjoyed it, subscribe to Sort Out SI. Subscribe to my channel as well for more content. Thank you for 1,000 subs, and we'll catch you next time.